Hello YouTube fans, here again. And I figure why not this one? It's an interesting one this. I looked it up a few weeks ago and again and again. And that is the idea, and I've heard it's in the words. I've heard it's in the words. And for people what think I'm doing that with three fingers stuck up. What I mean is they're planning on doing a Gremlins 3. That's why a Gremlins 3. Now, I remember reviewing the Tacit original one, Gremlins from 1984. And I remember a couple of days ago reviewing Gremlins 2, the new pads. How do I feel that it does happen? Because sometimes, and this is a true story, sometimes you hear bullshittery. Now, for people who don't know what I mean by bullshit, it's happened before where they say they're planning on doing this, they're planning on doing that. They're planning on making a sequel, a threesome, a fourth, whatever, and it never happens. Never happens. So sometimes what you hear on the news, sometimes what you hear on Doodle or other movie sites, sometimes can be bullshittery. But, however, if it is two, and it's not bullshittery, how do I feel? They left it too long. I've got to be open. I've got to be honest. They left it too long. That's my dog barking. They left it too long. But you could say that with Gremlins 2. The big success of the Tacit one by Steven Spielberg. I always thought if you're going to do a sequel, they should have done it probably 1986, probably 1987. But instead they waited until 1990. But when I first saw Gremlins 2, I was a bit, nah. Then over the years, it's growing on me. It's growing on me. I see with Gremlins 2, they made it more light, or wasn't taken as serious. It was more comedy. Was it taken serious? Even was the first one, was it really taken serious? Now I do know that the original, the Tacit one from 1984, was going to be a lot darker. It was going to be a lot darker. You can look it up on any site about the original ideas for the original Gremlins. Like the mother is going to get beheaded. But does Steven Spielberg looked at it, just like the ideas what originally was going to be used for the E.T., he wanted to make it lighter. So it got altered. You know, one of the other Gremlins got beheaded instead by Fantarator. And, you know, you had Stipe, what originally was going to be the Mogwai turning into that monster. And so on. So they made it lighter. Then, like I say, in 1990, they wanted to make another Gremlins film. There was a lot deleted out of Gremlins 2. Like, I remember Odin, the wrestler, makes a disappearance. But sadly to say, that's a deleted scene. I think it was only ever used in the theatrical police. It was actually a deleted scene. And I think they altered it where you got a Gremlin showing the original Gremlins film. Let's have a look letter to that one. I always like the little idea. You got Mogwai. He's seen his First Blood Part 2, and it's dynamite like Rambo. They just First Blood. So I thought I had a few chuckles in Gremlins 2, and it wasn't taken as serious. But now they get to the idea of doing the third one. To me, I think they've left it too long. They've left it too long. It's like I said with Tiftanker 2. When they were going to do the ideas now of doing a Tiftanker 2. But it's one of these. I'm not booing it. I'm not ranting on the idea. Like Tiftanker 2. I'm sort of going on the idea. Meaning I'm curious. Is it going to be dud? Is it going to be bad? Is it going to be shit? That's how I see it. Is it going to be dud? Is it going to be garbage? You left it too long in the woodworks? Or is it going to be shit? Is it going to be one of them, memory fucking lane? That's a copy of everything from the original. That's a copy of everything from that one. Or is it going to be its own beast? And these are ideas I've heard of Gremlins 3. These are ideas. One, I've heard an idea that they're going to put it on an airplane. I'm not making this shit up. I've heard rumours that they're going to do it on a fucking airplane. I don't mean do it as in do it. I don't mean do a man myself imitation. But they're going to have the idea of Gremlins attacking people on an airplane. Now, to me, I'm a little bit. And the reason why I do that is because they've already done that. They've already done it. You know what it was called? You know what it's called? It wasn't Gremlins. I remember reviewing this. It was called Snakes on a Plane. Think about it. Snakes on a fucking plane. You got people, your everyday people on an airplane. You've got snakes what break out, attacking people on a fucking airplane. Similar story what this is going to be. The only difference is you've got Gremlins on an airplane attacking people on an airplane. But what can you do? What can you do for so many hours on a fucking airplane? For one, they don't like the light. So that there for people, for example, they don't like the light. What is mostly bright? An airplane. So how the fuck can Gremlins attack people for half an hour of a film, for so many hours of a film, and how many hours a film goes? What can they do for them hours on an airplane? And then you've got the light. So it might work on Snakes on a Plane, but for so many hours of a film, that's not going to work. People will just get bored. One, sunlight fucks them up. Two, the motor pilot, they're putting too much weight on the airplane. So, I know Gremlins isn't taken serious. Gremlins 2 definitely wasn't taken serious. And this is another one what's interesting. Is Frank Darabont going to prize his role from the character he plays being Billy Belzer in Gremlins 1 and 2 with the love of his life? Are they going to praise their role? It's one of these now. I'd be interested to see if he would prize his role, but in another, I'd be more interested if it was a total different beast, a different story. But we've seen it before. We've seen it when they make a third film. We've seen it like Titters 3. I'm not a lover of Titters 3. There's bits I like about it, and there's bits where I just feel it's a remake of number 1. The only good thing is you've got a very long River Felix. That's the only decent thing about Titters 3. But what they do to Tiny's character totally sucks ass. They turn him into a bum. They turn him into a fucking down and out after all what he went through in 1 and 2. So sometimes the third number is never a good one. Titters 4 sucks ass. I know I'm going for a different fucking movie here, but we all know Titters was basically a spin-off of fucking Gremlins. And in my eyes, I just feel they should just do a Titters versus Gremlins. Or Gremlins versus Titters, whatever you want to call it. I got the same movie company get together with Steven Spielberg and do a Titters versus Gremlins. And make it a fun ride. Don't take it too serious. Have practical effects. I know that's very rare these days. I know it's rare to see a film with practical effects. But at the same time, I am sort of curious what a third Gremlins is going to do. There's a bit of me that's hoping that they're going to go back to making it dark, like how the original one was going to be. Are they going to make it darker? Is it going to be not taken serious? Is it going to have humour in it? Are they going to bring back the toot and chuddy little Mogwai? What's it going to be like? So I'm very curious if it does happen. If it doesn't, it's Mickey Mouse. It's shit what I probably looked up on the internet. But I have looked it up and it does say on the works to plan on doing a third Gremlins film, but it's like one of these. You dig something up again, they're digging things up from the past, digging up memory lane, and it's like at the same time I'm thinking, do I really want to see something being dug up, something I love from my childhood, being dug up, suffering up fucking things from the past? Or do I really want to see something new and creative? But at the same time, I'm sort of curious what they would bring out on this. Is it going to be dud? Is it going to be shit? So I'm not excited. I'm not getting a fucking excited and all this shit. But at the same time, I'm curious. That's what I'm going to say on it. I'm curious. What is the third Gremlins film going to be? In my eyes, out talking, I feel they should do a Titters versus Gremlins. That's how I see it. They should do a Titters versus Gremlins, or if they're going to do a third Gremlins film, make it more darker. That's how I see it. Make it more of a horror film, but with comedy in it. Don't take it too serious. But you know, what the fuck do I know about films? Hopefully, if Steven Spielberg is up for it, hopefully they get a good producer. Hopefully, we've seen the mistakes Steven Spielberg's done. I love Steven Spielberg. I can name loads of his films. The original Gremlins. Gremlins 2. Ghosts and Towns of the Third Time. Jaws 2. The list goes on. The list goes on. Jurassic Park, the biggest film of the early 90s. But then I've seen the shit he's done, like fucking Indiana Jones and the fucking Crystal Skull. Indiana, he went with Walt Disney, and look at the shit the new Indiana Jones is. Again, digging things up from the past. And then we've seen the shit what's happened when Walt Disney's bought ideas and they bought into Star Wars. And look, well, we've seen what's happened to that. So I've just got this theory, Steven Spielberg just digging things up from the past and suffering shit to people, you know, memory lane and all this. Or is he going to go and make this a really good, entertaining pop song, escapism film? It's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. So I'm not getting excited. I'm not getting a boner. I've seen things before when they dig it up, but hopefully it'll be a good film. That's all I'm going to say in it. It'll be a good film if it happens. If it's bullshit, it's bullshit. But into them, be smart, be safe. See you later.